Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to JourneyLand Online. Whew, I'm so excited to be here today. I hope you're having a great day. It's been a busy week, hasn't it? Did everybody get back to school and everything, or even start school? Some of you I know are homeschooling, which is a whole new thing, but that's awesome. And I hope everybody had a good start. It's been a long time, since you got to see your friends and your teachers and be in your school building or even work on schoolwork. So I hope you're doing great. Hey, today we're going to start off our day with a little bit of moving, okay? Are you ready to get up on your feet? Because we're going to get up on our feet and we're going to sing and dance today. Have you been practicing your Fortnite moves? Yeah. All right, let's do this song today. Let's dance and worship Jesus.
Come on, put them together tonight. I'm alive, 'cause Jesus gave me life. He opened up my eyes. I can see clearly now. Oh, everybody dance now. Oh, everybody give it up for Jesus. Give him glory, for he has redeemed us. Everybody give it up for Jesus. Praise his name. My desire is to lift you higher. It's only burning brighter. This passion inside of me. Oh, everybody dance now. Oh, everybody give it up for Jesus. Give him glory, for he has redeemed us. Everybody give it up for Jesus. Praise his name. Everybody give it up for Jesus. Give him glory, for he has redeemed us. Everybody give it up for Jesus. Praise his name.
What a fun way to start our day. Yes, give it up for Jesus. You know, we can praise him anywhere, anytime. So let's give it up for him today, right? Yeah. Hey, today I'm excited to go back to the Bible, to our people that we've been following for the last few weeks, right? We did the first 5 books of the Bible, right? And we were following the children of Israel. Remember, we went from Genesis, where God created us and created this world and created everything in it. And then we talked about how that the children of Israel got captive, or they were slaves in Egypt, right? And God said, that's not how my people are going to live. And he brought them out of Egypt, and he promised them that they would have a land that was all their own. So we've got them all the way up to the place where they're about ready to go into the promised land. They're getting so close. There's a couple of things in their way. And the next couple of weeks, we're going to find out how they got through those couple of things that were in their way to getting to the promised land. But we're going to the very next book of the Bible. After Deuteronomy comes the book of Joshua. And today, our story comes from Joshua chapter 2. If you have your Bible, this is a great story to read. You could sit down with your parents today sometime, or maybe before you go to bed tonight. Joshua chapter 2, because Joshua is the new leader of the children of Israel. Moses, remember, did not get to go into the promised land. And so Joshua is now leading the people, and this book is all about the stories that happened when Joshua was the leader. So you're going to want to check out Joshua chapter 2, but I want to share with you the story today. It's a story about a girl who lived in the city of Jericho. Now, Jericho was a huge, powerful city, and it had a huge wall all the way around it. And you're going to learn from the story today how that this girl found her faith and how she used her faith to help someone. So check out this story from Joshua chapter 2.
The Faithful Hall of Fame, Rahab. This is Rahab. Rahab lived in the town of Jericho in the Promised Land. Rahab was not an Israelite, and she made bad choices. But God had a plan for Rahab, even though she was a sinner.
All right.
Now God told his people, the Israelites,
Hey, that's us.
to go into the Promised Land. So Joshua sent 2 spies to search the land around the city of Jericho. The 2 spies came to Rahab's house to stay the night. But the king of Jericho heard that there were spies in his city, so he sent orders for Rahab to bring them out. But Rahab hid the spies and told the king's men that it was true that the men were at her house, but she did not know where they were now.
I don't know. But
She told the king's men to go quickly to find the spies because they could not have gone far.
oh no.
Oh, right. So the king's men rushed out to the city in pursuit of the Israelite spies. All the while, the Israelites hid on Rahab's roof. So Rahab went to them and said, I know the Lord has given you this land. We have heard of the great acts that God has done for you. Your God is the God of all the heavens and the earth. So please swear to me that you will be kind to my family. The spies agreed to this, and Rahab helped them escape from the city. Before they left, they told Rahab to tie a scarlet rope to the window.
Yeah.
Wow!
Oops.
This rope would serve as a mark for Rahab's house and would remind the Israelites of their promise to her.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And so the spies were on their way. For 3 days, they hid from the king's men who were looking for them. Finally, they returned to Joshua and told them all they had seen. Rahab was remembered for her faithfulness, for she had given a friendly welcome to the spies and put her trust in the one true God.
So there you have it, the story of Rahab. She lived in the city of Jericho, and inside those mighty big walls, she had a home. And when the spies came in, they were looking for someone to help them out because they knew that the king, if he found them, he would certainly have them killed or something awful would happen, and they'd never get back to Joshua. So Rahab, though, she believed in God. And a lot of the people in Jericho did not believe in God. But she did. And because she did something about it. She helped the spies escape. She even let them climb out her window, and she told them that she would take care of them as long as they remembered to take care of her. And they made a promise to her. And if you read that story if you keep reading in the book of Joshua, you'll find out that they did keep their promise because Rahab helped them. You see, she loved God and she wanted to do something for him. And that's how we are, boys and girls. We should love God, and because we love him, we should do things for others. I want you to read this Bible verse with me today. It's found in the book of James. Here's what it says. It is the same with faith. If it doesn't cause us to do something, it's dead. James 2:7. Well, I read that verse and I thought, what is the same with faith? So I went to my Bible and I found James chapter 2. It's way back in the very back of the Bible because it's in the New Testament. But it says in here, James is telling the people, he said, suppose someone you know says, I have faith. I love God. I have faith. But they don't act on their faith. In other words, maybe suppose a brother or sister has no clothing or no food for them. But the person says to them, go. I hope everything turns out okay. I hope you have food and I hope you have clothes. Doesn't help them, but just tells them, oh, I hope you have food and I hope you have clothes. You see, boys and girls, then James says, it's the same way with our faith. If our faith doesn't make us want to do something, then our faith is dead or worthless, right? If you have a flower and it sits out on your porch and it's supposed to be putting out flowers and it's dead, it's of no use. If you have faith and it doesn't cause you to do something to help somebody else or to do the right thing, then your faith is just as much as dead. I've got a ball here today. Let me grab it real quick. Now, if I were to tell you that I could balance this ball on my finger for 1 minute, okay, for 1 minute. But then you ask me, you say, oh, you can balance that ball on your finger for 1 minute? Do it, do it, do it. And I say, well, I don't really have time to right now. I'm not going to do it right now. Or if you say, no, please do it, do it. And I say, no, I need to go home and eat my dinner. Or maybe you say, come on, you got to do it. You got to show us. And I say, oh, this isn't my best ball. I'll have to get another ball and do it another time. Are you beginning to wonder if I can really do it? Of course you are. That's how our faith is, boys and girls. If we don't show our faith, people might begin to wonder if we really do have faith. Do you really love Jesus if you don't do the right thing or you don't find a way to show your faith? It's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I've got a video for you. This is a little video about someone who actually showed their faith. And check it out. I thought it was a pretty cool story when I heard it.
Can do that too.
Humble
He just thanked me. Thank you very much, sir.
and hardworking.
I said it's no big deal.
Joey Prusak is being called a good Samaritan, but doesn't care for the title.
I didn't tell anyone.
The owners of the Dairy Queen on Main Street in Hopkins had no idea what happened until they got an anonymous email passed along from corporate.
Dear owner, I was at your store on September 10th at around 1 o'clock p.m. during lunch. I was standing in line as one of your employees was serving a gentleman.
He always pays with a debit card because I don't know if he's partially blind or fully blind.
After being served by your employee, I noticed that he had dropped a $20 bill on the ground.
And the lady behind him picked it up right away, and I figured she's gonna hand it back. She put it in her purse instead after he walked by. So he had no idea.
Before I could say something to her, your employee stepped in. He politely asked, her to give the $20 back to the young man who was blind.
She stood there and looked at me and then looked at the guy, and she's like, no, it's mine. I was like, okay, well, if you're not going to return the money, then I need you to leave the store. And she goes, it's mine. I go, please leave the store.
What happened next, I would have never expected. Your employee approached the young man and took out his wallet and said, sir, on behalf of the Dairy Queen, I would like to give you the $20 that you dropped on the ground.
Nancy Pettit posted the letter for all of her employees to read. Someone put it on Facebook, and from there, it's gone viral.
It's nice to see a young man do the right thing and get recognized for it.
Now others are being inspired to pay it forward too.
So you were the person who gave back the money?
I am.
You are, so I want to give that to you.
Oh.
You're out $20.
You know, it's nice to know there still are people like that in this world.
I didn't expect anything, nor did I frankly want anything from it, because it wasn't anything that I wouldn't have done on any other day. I mean,
Wow. You see, that young man had faith, and he knew that it was wrong for that person to steal money, didn't he? And he stepped in and he did the right thing. You know, if we just sit back and we don't let people see Jesus through us, they will never know that he lives inside of us. So just like Rahab was willing to help someone she didn't know, she had no idea whether this was going to be a good thing or bad thing, we are supposed to do the right thing, show our faith by doing something. That man could have done nothing. He could have just let that lady steal his money. He could have not given the other man his money back. I mean, lots of things could have happened if he would have just said, no, I'm not going to do that. But God told him, God spoke to his heart, I believe, and said, do the right thing. Don't you think so? Hey, I've got one last song for you today. This song says that we need to let our light shine, that we are the light of the world. And when we let our light shine, it's like that message of that verse we had today. Our faith is not dead, but we're doing something. And when we're doing something with our faith, we're letting our light shine. Enjoy this song today.
Every secret, every shame, every fear, every pain, live inside the dark, but that's not who we are. We are children of the day. So wake up, sleeper, lift your head. We were meant for more than this. Fight the shadows, conquer death. Make the most of the time we have left. We are the light of the world. We are the city on a hill. We are the light of the world. We gotta let the light shine. We are the light of the world. We are the city on a hill. We are the light of the world. We gotta let the light shine. Let the light shine. Let the light shine. Ooh. We are called to spread the news and tell the world the simple truth. Jesus came to save. There's freedom in his name. So let his love break through. We are the light of the world. We are the city on a hill. We are the light of the world. We gotta let the light shine. We are the light of the world.
How are you going to let your light shine this week? How are you going to let your faith shine out? I want you to think of somehow, some way this week that you can let your light shine, that you can be Jesus to someone else, right? I want you to do that this week. Think about it, okay? All righty. Hey, you know what? We're going to be back here next week for JourneyLand Online, and we'll travel on with the Israelites and find out what happens next. But I hope that you have a great, great week, and I will be excited to hear about your light shining for Jesus today. So, I tell you, go out and shine your light.